Welcome to the Wonder Wagon Tales. City Cat and Country Cat. In a bustling city filled with towering skyscrapers and the constant buzz of activity lived City Cat, a sleek, gray feline with bright green eyes. She relished her life in the urban jungle, exploring high rooftops and darting through narrow alleys. However, her adventurous spirit yearned for new sights and sounds beyond the city limits. Far from the city's chaos, in a tranquil countryside where fields stretched under the vast blue sky, Country Cat enjoyed a peaceful existence. This fluffy, orange tabby cat spent his days lounging in the sun, chasing butterflies, and napping under the cool shade of an old oak tree. One crisp morning, driven by curiosity, City Cat ventured into the countryside. It was under the sprawling branches of the old oak tree that City Cat and Country Cat first met. Initially cautious, they soon grew curious about each other. As they shared stories of their distinct worlds, a surprising friendship blossomed. City Cat was enchanted by the open fields and the unfamiliar, delightful sense of nature. Country Cat listened in awe to her tales of city life, with its towering buildings and endless hustle. They spent days together, with Country Cat showing City Cat the joys of the countryside, from the cool pond to the cozy barn. The true test of their friendship came when Country Cat visited the city. Overwhelmed by its scale and pace, he found comfort in City Cat's guidance. She showed him how to navigate the rooftops and introduced him to the wonders of a fish market. In return, Country Cat taught her the value of stillness and the joy found in simple pleasures. Their bond deepened further when a sudden rainstorm found them seeking shelter under a city bridge. Together, they navigated the flooded streets, relying on each other's strengths to find safety. This adventure showed them that despite their different backgrounds, they could depend on one another. As their time together drew to a close, they returned to the old oak tree where their journey began. With promises to visit again, they parted ways. City Cat to her bustling cityscape, and Country Cat to his serene fields, each carrying cherished memories of their shared adventures and the lessons they learned. The Crow and the Pitcher. One sunny morning, Colin the Crow flew over a small village where the summer had been harsh and long, leaving the villagers' wells and ponds nearly dry. The villagers were worried, as their crops began to wilt and their animals grew thirsty. Colin, perched atop a tree, pondered how he could help them. While searching for water, Colin stumbled upon a hidden glade where a sparkling, golden pitcher sat on a stone pedestal. Intrigued, Colin pecked at it, and to his surprise, the pitcher magically filled with fresh, sparkling water. He realized this enchanted pitcher could solve the village's drought. Colin decided to share this magical discovery. He led his friend, Millie the mouse, and other animals to the glade. They all took turns carrying the pitcher back to the village, teaching a lesson about teamwork and sharing resources in times of need. The villagers were overjoyed as Colin and his friends brought the enchanted pitcher to the village square. When the pitcher was placed on the ground, it magically filled all the empty wells and ponds with water. The village was saved, and the villagers threw a big feast in honor of Colin and his friends. The enchanted pitcher remained with the village, always refilling itself. Colin taught the villagers the importance of conservation and sharing, ensuring that no one would ever go thirsty again. The village prospered, green and vibrant once more, thanks to the wisdom shared by a clever crow. The Fox and the Grapes. Finn, a curious and slightly mischievous fox, wanders through the dense, green forest. His nose twitches as he catches a sweet scent wafting through the air. Following the tantalizing aroma, he discovers a vine of bright, shimmering grapes glowing softly in the dappled sunlight. Despite several attempts, jumping as high as he cannot reach them. As Finn sits, puzzled and slightly dejected, a wise old owl perched on a nearby tree watches him. The owl, with eyes as deep and clear as the night sky, speaks to Finn, proposing a challenge. Finn can earn the magical grapes by performing 3 acts of kindness before the sun sets. Finn sets off with determination. First, he helps a little rabbit caught in a bramble bush, gently freeing it with his nimble paws. Next, he leads a thirsty squirrel to a hidden spring deep in the forest. Finally, he aids a young bird, lost and scared, by guiding it back to its nest high up in the trees. As the sun begins to set, casting a golden glow over the forest, the owl nods in approval of Finn's selfless acts. The magical glow fades from the grapes, revealing them to be ordinary but perfectly ripe. The owl explains that the true magic was the kindness Finn showed to others. Finn shares the grapes with the friends he made along the way. They feast together under the stars, laughing and sharing stories. Finn realizes that while the grapes are delicious, the friendships he's made and the joy of helping others are even sweeter. Beach treasure. In the quiet embrace of a coastal village, the Morgan family thrived, deeply woven into the fabric of their community. James, the lighthouse keeper, spent his nights ensuring the safety of passing ships, while Lily, his wife, managed the village cafe, a beloved spot for locals and tourists. Their children, Ellie and Max, were embodiments of youthful curiosity and wonder. Ellie with her knack for storytelling and Max with his passion for marine biology. Every year, the Morgans celebrated their old golden retriever Sandy's birthday with a special outing, which was more a celebration of their familial bonds than merely a pet's anniversary. This year, they chose a secluded beach known for its stunning views and rich ecological diversity, a place layered with memories of laughter and shared discoveries. Ellie, the family's budding storyteller, orchestrated a treasure hunt for Max, infusing it with tales of mythical sea creatures and legendary pirates. Each clue was not only a challenge but also a journey through the family's history, woven with personal stories and significant milestones. The first clue was hidden under the old, twisted root of a weathered oak at the edge of the beach, a spot where Max had once spotted his first hermit crab. It led him to a series of jagged rocks where, 2 years ago, he had dived from the highest point, conquering his fear. There, hidden beneath a stone etched with the year 2021, he found the next clue. This clue guided him to the tidal pools where he searched for a snail, under which the next clue was cleverly placed. It led him to a spot where he had once lost and later found a treasured compass, a gift from his grandfather. There, buried slightly beneath the surface, Max discovered an ornately carved chest. Inside the chest, along with a new toy for Sandy, were carefully collected and dated seashells, each representing a cherished memory from their shared adventures. This treasure hunt, designed by Ellie, reconnected Max and the entire family to their rich tapestry of memories, reinforcing the bonds that tied them so closely. As the day waned, they gathered to celebrate, sharing laughter and cake under the slowly darkening sky, with the lighthouse beam intermittently catching the glint of laughter in their eyes. As they strolled home under the cover of twilight, the beam from the lighthouse, a constant in their lives, swept across the sea, a symbol of guidance and protection. This moment deepened their appreciation for each other, forging from the ordinary moments of a birthday celebration an enduring anchor of familial love and connection. The Morgans realized that their truest treasure was the strength of their bond and the resilience of their unity in the face of life's unpredictability. Timmy and Buster's River Rescue. Once in the small, picturesque village of Maplewood, there lived a young boy named Timmy and his faithful dog, Buster. Timmy had found Buster, a scruffy golden retriever, in the local shelter and insisted that they take him home. Since that day, Buster had been Timmy's shadow, following him everywhere from the sunny fields behind their house to the bustling market streets of Maplewood. One bright Saturday, Timmy and Buster were playing by the river that meandered through the village. They spotted an old and rusty can, floating in the water. Curious, Timmy picked it up, ready to toss it further into the river for Buster to fetch. Just as he was about to throw it, Mrs. Anderson, the old lady who often sat by her window watching the village life unfold, called out from her nearby porch. "Timmy, dear, you shouldn't throw that back into the river," she said gently. "It's not good for the water or the creatures living in it." Timmy, puzzled, looked at the can in his hand and then at Buster, who was eagerly waiting for something to chase. "But Buster loves fetching things from the water," Timmy replied. Mrs. Anderson smiled. "Perhaps, but there are better things to fetch than trash. Why not help clean up the river instead? It could be a new game for you and Buster." Intrigued by the idea, Timmy nodded. He and Buster spent the rest of the day collecting floating trash from the river. Each time Timmy threw an item toward the shore, Buster would race to retrieve it and pile it up neatly away from the water. As they worked, other children saw what they were doing and joined in. Even some adults grabbed sacks and sticks to help clean. By sunset, the riverbank looked markedly different, clean and beautiful. The villagers, impressed by the initiative of a young boy and his dog, decided to organize a monthly cleanup, turning it into a community event. That evening, as Timmy and Buster walked home, Mrs. Anderson stopped them. "You did a wonderful job today," she said, handing Timmy a homemade apple pie and patting Buster on the head. "You've shown us all how one small act can make a big difference." Timmy learned that taking care of the environment was not just about enjoying nature, but also protecting it so others could enjoy it too. Buster, wagging his tail, seemed to agree as he enjoyed a special treat from Mrs. Anderson.